Right then, this is a walk around video for a really beautiful looking CRV. This is a 61 plate with just 56,301 miles, 2 litre EX automatic, finished in this gorgeous, I think it's iodized bronze metallic. It really is a stunning looking colour. One you need to see in the flesh, in all honesty, because the video will not do it justice at all. The car inside and out is in fantastic condition. Front of the car, as you can see, bumper generally very clean, the only odd tiny stone chip. Bonnet itself hardly exhibits one at all. You have to get a microscope out to find anything on that. Near side of the car, passenger side, and it is mirror smooth in the panels. Near side front alloy, the one that takes all of the bashing, I can't see a mark on it. And panels at this side are just incredibly clean. Near side rear alloy, again, absolutely unmarked. Come around the bumper, corner, again, all very, very clean and tidy. Offside the vehicle, driver side, again, it really is mirror smooth, real natural kind of luster to the paintwork, which is lovely to see. And we've literally just wiped it off. It's not been cleaned in any great sense at all. Offside rear alloy, again, completely unmarked. Sorry, I had to breath at the moment, I've been rushing around. And then offside front alloy, and again, in superb condition. This is without doubt one of the cleanest CRVs anywhere in the marketplace currently. Let's come to the back of the car, massive boots, and lovely to see the full complement of equipment because it's not always there. Tonneau cover, as you can see, and then you've got this middle shelf, again in fantastic condition. And underneath, the carpeted areas look pretty much as new. It's incredibly clean. Let's come to the back of the car now, and this is the Achilles heel of any family SUV because this is where the kids sit, so they're normally very heavily used. Yet the leatherwork back here looks absolutely stunningly clean. Come to the front and the passenger side, and again continues the theme. Full set, by the way, of original manufacturer's tailored mats in there. Passenger seat hardly looks like it's been sat on. Finally come to the driver's side, again absolutely immaculately clean there. Footwell areas likewise. The driver's seat in incredibly good condition. The only wear you see on any CRV of this age, and is right as well, where your bum slides in and out, it compresses there slightly, but that's exactly as it's meant to be. So inside the car now, engine's running in this section of the video, so the dash can be seen illuminated, which looks absolutely as new. The point of these videos, by the way, is to pick up on any issues that we can that are notable. The one which I'll show you up here, lovely glass panoramic roof, and they have an electric blind in this generation CRV, which kind of claps open and shut. Now generally they're left open, which means the forward section, up here, when you close it rather, it can stick, and this one does. I recommend, if you're having the car, we're not going to do anything about it because you can put new clips in, they're not that expensive, but you've got to take the headlining down to fix it, which is a bit of a pain. But then they go again relatively shortly afterwards, so it's something that you need to bear in mind if you wish to purchase a car, but I'm trying to be as honest and straightforward as we possibly can there. Other than that, sat nav you can see working perfectly. Pop the car into reverse, got that lovely clear rear parking camera, climate control, everything just is in just stunning condition. And then up to the main dash binnacle and panning there for you, 56,301 miles, and there are no warning lights on the dashboard at all, and it is possibly the cleanest CRV I've ever had of this generation, I have to say. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual, pack and lock and wheel nut key are both here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a really rather lovely Honda CRV. This is a 2 litre EX automatic, registered CK61BUW, with a mileage of just 56,301 miles. The reason we do all of our videos, and especially actually this road test section, is to ensure that anyone who interested in coming to see the car gets to see the car actually in operation. We, like many people, have been to see a lot of cars only to get there and find out it's got a fundamental issue that shows up whilst driving, which can be really frustrating, so hence that's why we do it. We also do it on these lovely quiet country roads very close to our premises, so hopefully this should be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you be offered a test drive in the car. Firstly, an apology, it's a little bit late in the day, and so it might be a little bit sort of darker inside on the video. I do apologise, but I'm trying to squeeze in the videos as and when I can. So coming to the car, been very, very well looked after, and it's immediately obvious. The car settles to a completely smooth, even idle when you start it, and starts instantly. Temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle when it's up to operating temperature. And there are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. The engines are superb units, they really are. It's smooth and refined in operation, quiet at the cruise, pulls all the way through the rev range from low all the way to the higher revs. No one builds better four-cylinder engines than Honda, in my personal opinion, and this is just a lovely example. Engine then feeds through into the auto gearbox. Obviously, clearly the gear ratios have been chosen carefully to extract the best out of the car in terms of economy and fuel economy and performance, and it's a very happy marriage between that and the engine. As with all Honda auto boxes, the gear shifts are very smooth and slick, and like the engine, it's got a reputation for being incredibly tough and durable. Notwithstanding that, you should still do the obvious checks on any automatic gearbox regardless of reputation, and that's basically make sure first and foremost that the gear changes are smooth, which they are, but secondly that when you select drive or reverse when you're stationary, there shouldn't be any clunks or thunks or delays in engagement, and in every sense this gearbox is absolutely spot on. Steering on the car is very, very car-like. It's beautifully weighted, it really is. It makes the car feel very solid and secure on the road. It almost makes it feel slightly heavy, but in a good way. What I personally detest is sort of over-light power steerings, because that can be devoid of feel and can be quite nervous when you go a bit quicker. This just feels though, you're in total control of the car. It also tracks absolutely dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit, and it feels as tight as a drum in every way to drive. Same goes for the suspension. What I'm looking for in particular is a really nasty bump I'm about to go over any second now, and I'm listening out for any kind of clonks or rattles that shouldn't be coming from underneath the vehicle, and there's nothing at all. It's really, really solid. The suspension again does a brilliant job, because the whole design criteria for this car is to give you a comfortable family car, if you like, or estate car, and Honda have done a brilliant job on it. They know they're not trying to produce a sports car, they're producing very good sports cars, but this chassis gives you a really compliant, comfortable, beautifully damped ride. On top of which, when you go through the corners, it doesn't do that thing that lots of SUVs do where they kind of keel over and lollop through corners. This it flows through corners really, really nicely. They've done the CR-V is the best-selling SUV in the world, so clearly Honda know this market very, very well indeed, and they've done a particularly wonderful job on the vehicle. Just going to get up to speed and give the brakes a bit of a thump, just to check those. I know they're good, but it's just for demonstration purposes. Make sure no one's directly behind me, which they are not. Give it a nice solid, good brake pedal on the car. What I'm looking for in particular is any kind of pulsing or vibrations coming back through the brake pedal, and there's nothing at all, so all in fine fettle. Worth pointing out that the car will be going in for an independent MOT, hopefully tomorrow, so these things will be checked as a matter of course anyway, but as I drive the car here and now, it drives absolutely perfectly in that sense. So coming inside the car, first thing that hits you is how well this car's been looked after. It is in beautiful condition inside. As always, stunningly well made. No squeaks, no rattles. It just, how people can keep cars as clean as this. Clearly they haven't got kids, unless they're better trained than mine. Because this is in one of the nicest conditions I've ever seen for a CR-V of this vintage. As I mentioned in the walk around video, the only issue on this vehicle, and just to reiterate it really, this lovely glass roof on the CR-Vs, it's a fixed roof, it doesn't open or shut, but what it does have is this electric blind that goes forward and back. But they were notorious, the same on the Civics with this design. When they go forward, they pinch, and they go back and they kind of crumple up. Because basically most people leave them open pretty much the whole time. And this does exactly the same thing. And it's two little clips on either side on the front, but they're a devil to get to because you've got to take down the whole of the headlining to get to them. And the likelihood is they'll do it again relatively soon anyway. So the reality is, and we like to be upfront with all our customers, we will not be attending to that. So the actual blind section doesn't operate as far as I'm concerned. So aside from that, everything working perfectly. Sat nav, as you can see, you've got dual zone climate control system which pumps out lovely cold air. We checked at a nice warm workshop earlier on. Likewise, heated seats working exactly as they should. Dash binnacle in front, beautifully designed. I still prefer this vintage to the newer ones. Classic Honda display, beautifully detailed as well. All the functions of every button you press in the side. This car has wonderful actuation to them as well. Finally, this is a four-wheel drive version, albeit Honda again worked out very quickly that most people will be driving as I am today, where you don't need four-wheel drive on. Because the problem with having a permanent four-wheel drive, which some of its competitors do, is that it is permanently on. So they tend to get through their tyres more quickly, use more fuel, and put more mechanical strain on the car. Basically, should this need to go into four-wheel drive, because it'll run in front-wheel drive the whole time pretty much, so the most efficient way to pull a car along, as we know. But should the front wheels lose grip on sort of snow, ice or mud, something like that, it instantly and quicker than you can react engages the rear wheels to give you four-wheel drive, and it's seamless. It's brilliant in the way it works. And I own a CR-V, we tow a caravan, we've never come close to getting stuck. Its lack of use and design is also brilliant, because in nearly 30 years of selling Hondas using this system, we've never so much as put a spanner on one of them. So it is, in terms of the four-wheel drive system, so it is particularly robust. As I said at the start, and again I do apologise, it really is starting to get a bit dark now. The point of the video literally just to show the car operating. It drives absolutely perfectly.